Hi guys, back again with me Austin from A Boy at Heart. Today I'm going to share to you my experience on Hasbro Star Wars, the Black Series 6-inch scale Guavian enforcer figure. Of course, these guys are based on the movie The Force Awakens and was part of the Guavian death gang or something like that. And these guys are basically the soldier of that gang. Alright, they appeared briefly during the conflict with Han Solo. And let's take a look at the packaging first. It's the current style of Black Series packaging. The artwork, window, nothing much. Black Series. Of course, the most important for me is the back, which is the bio. And I'll just read quickly. Security soldiers of the Guavian gang, high impact armor, and criminals. If I'm not mistaken, if I read at the wiki somewhere, these guys are probably cyborg. Partly, they already underwent a bit of manipulation in the body using machinery. So without further ado, let's take a closer look at the figure itself. Let's start with the head sculpt first. This is the actual head, and there's no head below, so it's probably a helmet with the character, but not sure. I've yet to see a photo or image which show this character with a unmasked head with a human head inside, so I'm not sure. But I think the head sculpt here is superb, especially the details inside here. A lot of textures here, which is molded, kind of wiring, all those kind of stuff. So that's very cool. Other than that, it's just red and black at the back with molded details, which is nice. And then this part here, which is kind of a pauldron or shoulder pad, is, I think it's supposed to be a separate piece, but then they kind of molded or glued on the shoulder, and we'll see how it will impact the articulation. The paint is nice though, although it's kind of rubbery, but it's very sturdy. I'm kind of worried with the articulation, but we'll see. A bit of detail here as well, and here as well on the arms, fine molds. I like the looks on the body as well. All across the body, a lot of shadings, a lot of wrinkles, I always like where it looks, and it's awesome. I think it looks awesome all across the red. So it's not just plain red, but you have all the shadings all across to the pants as well. So look at that, it's very nice. And this belt with the pouches, I like the red coloring here, very neat, and the metallic coloring as well on the clips, very nice. Kind of rubbery, and I think it's supposed to be a separate piece. Yep, you can kind of wiggle around, but then I don't see any pegs where we can take it out. Of course, if you take out probably the legs, you can just take it out, and that's my assumption. Of course, there's this line, I think they glued on over there, but it's very nice. Yeah, I like it. It's quite intricate by design, and it's cool. The glove is very nice as well. A bit of details on the right there. Now there's this part on the knee pad on the left, which connects to the wire here. It's molded, it's kind of glued here, and we'll see. It will impact the articulation, I think so. So I'm not sure what kind of device this is. Not quite well first, but there's a detail on the pockets here, molded as well. Nice. Well, not really fond of this because it may break. We'll see. And the boots, it's kind of molded. We have textures, and yep, that's pretty much a bit of texture, molded details here as well. Down there, nothing much. At the back, so I think the mold is superb. It's very nice with the character. For the articulation, the head is on a ball hinge joint, or the neck is very visible, so it can go down, look down that much, look up. Not bad actually. Bit side to side motion, full rotation of course. So the head articulation is actually very good. The arm is on a ball hinge joint. We'll see. Okay, not bad. So at least it can go up this much. So by adjusting the hinge, you can adjust the movement of the arm. You have, of course, we have full rotation here. It's just a bit hindered because of this pauldron. The elbow can bend this much. Okay, I guess we have full rotation as well. The wrist we have full rotation, and there's a hinge. Yep, this on the left is this side. Oh, kind of hindered, but it is there, up and down. Let me see on the right. On the right, it's up and down. Upward is a bit hindered, but it's there. The diaphragma, we only have rotation on top. See that the lower part doesn't move. So, yep, 360, but no crunch. Okay, now here's the deal. We have a ball joint as usual, I think, but let's see this much of a opening. The split, actually not bad. We have this much of front kick. On the right to the back is that much. Well, I guess you can have all ball joints motion. This side is a bit hindered, I guess, because of this part, which is this part is kind of, there's a device attached to it, and it's kind of sturdy compared to this part, so that's why more movement on this side, I guess, on the right side. Up here we have rotation as usual. Let me try. It's a bit tight on my figure, but yep, we can still do it. Okay, the knee is supposed to have double jointed knee. Let's see. Okay, on the right is this much. I think that's the extent of it. But on the left, mind you though, remember these wires. So once you move it, when the knee pad goes down, the wire is it's quite thick though, but you don't want to. I don't want to. Just be careful with it, okay? Because you will pull it down along the way. Okay, so this much is max, in my opinion. Of course, we do have. Oh yeah. No, we don't have. Sorry about it. So be careful with this. Be careful with this, okay? But the ankle, yep, the ankle we have downward, upward, this hindered, and we have ankle pivot. So again, be careful with this. Okay, be careful. This is the maximum. Don't push more than that, otherwise you will risk to break this on this figure. We are being given two pistols, and these two appears in the movies. If I'm not mistaken, and as far as I remember, each Guavian normally wields one of them only, one at a time, but it's good to have two. Now let's start with this one. Looks like a Tommy gun style to me, with a trigger hole there. The paint is actually not bad. I can see a bit of metallic touch dry brush here and there. Okay, and the mold is actually not bad. The trigger hole. I'm not sure what kind of weapon is this. But it's quite rubbery. Just want to let you know that kind of rubbery on this part. This part is more sturdy because it's thicker, but on this side is kind of rubbery. And then we'll see what the grips do. This one also mold is nice actually, not as rubbery, still rubbery, but that's okay. The mold is superb in my opinion. It looks awesome with the 2 holes there and a bit of silver color all across. So it's actually quite good. Although it doesn't have a trigger hole, you can see that there's this gap which we can use to put the trigger finger. Alright, let's try it on. The trigger finger is only on the right, and whereas this one is only a gripping palm. So the question is, normally in the movie they will each with both right hands. Okay, and let's try to put this one first. Okay, so you can actually put the trigger finger into the hole, and okay, not bad. It holds nicely, and yeah, it's good on the right. So the gun definitely can be held on the right, and then the other gun as well. Let's try it on. This one is easier, and you can also put the trigger finger on the gap there, and it holds very nicely. Now the only thing I think my gripe is that the articulation is, or the mold that is that we have here doesn't accommodate to it doesn't accommodate for the figure to actually make a shooting position with both arms. That's what they actually do in the movie, so that's a bit of a shame. But at least single-handedly we can have the figures welded, and even if you want to reverse it, we can put this Tommy gun style on the left, but notice no trigger finger in the hole. It's just like it's gripping on the pistol like that, but it still works. It still holds very nicely, and you can have the other pistol as well on this hand. And notice the trigger hole is not in the gap, but it still works. It still holds quite nicely. And another idea that I tried is that we can probably, maybe wrong in this, put this pistol, since we don't have any place to store it, I kind of see this gap on this belt pouches, and we can probably fit it on the gaps there. Although it's not ideal, but somewhat it works for the figure only, so it may not be accurate to how the guys do it in the movie or in the Star Wars universe, but figure wise it works. Let's call him up. He's standing to the top of his helmet, I guess. Is roughly about 5¼ slightly more, so probably 5.8 something, around that inches tall. Yeah, I think around that. Okay, so not the tallest but not the shortest. Let's compare him with several other characters that we have. Let me see what I can grab beside me. This is Generoso, and then this is compared to a Death Trooper. So notice it's not that tall actually. This is compared to Cation, and compared to Kanan, and of course if you want to compare with Marvel Legends. Alright, so overall I really like the sculpt. It's very well sculpted, I think. A lot of details and a lot of paint works. Even the guns are nice actually. It's just that I wish the articulation can be better, at least to make them able to hold the gun with both hands into a shooting position. That will be a killer, just like the actual movie scene. And what I don't like is this wires, which I don't know, when you play it, there's a risk that it will snap off and will be ugly. But other than that, it's awesome. I mean, look at the shadings on the red, on the uniform on the body, and I like the head as well. Superb. Right. So thanks guys for watching. I'm Austin from About Help. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Goodbye.